You're watching the 49ers Report by Chat Sports. I am your host, Jay Sr. It's my hope that the 49ers defensive line with Nick Bosa, Dee Ford, Javon Kinlaw, Eric Armstead are going to eat up against the league's #1 offense in the Arizona Cardinals so that the Niners can pull off the upset on Sunday. Eat up with some Magic Spoon cereal. It's loaded with protein, 13 to 14 grams of protein per serving, and you can get $5 off your checkout by using that link at the bottom of your screen. It's magicspoon.com/49ers Report. We kick off this mailbag with this question coming in from Go For Broke. I'm confident in Trey Lance because if they build a game plan around him, he can do well. So keep in mind that last week when Trey Lance came in relief for Jimmy Garoppolo, the game plan wasn't designed for Trey Lance. It was a game plan for Jimmy Garoppolo. Now, a coach's job is to adjust and pivot within the game when injuries do happen, and I thought it took Kyle Shanahan a little while to do that. He was extremely conservative with his play calling originally when Trey Lance was in the game. I'd like to see him be a little bit more aggressive. I'd like to see him cook up a game plan that lends itself to Trey Lance being successful. Quarterback rollouts, a lot of read options, some RPOs, some design runs, sprint right, sprint left, do some play action, give him some easy throws downfield because he is such a dynamic player. I'm not sure if Trey Lance is ready to be a long-term starter, but if he does start on Sunday, we're recording this during our live show on Tuesday, I do think that he can do some successful things and impress a lot of people because he certainly had some positives in that second half against a pretty solid Seattle Seahawks defense, or at least a Seahawks defense that certainly took some steps forward last week against San Francisco. Doggo with this question. Any concerns about the cornerbacks? Yeah, I mean plenty. I've had a lot of concerns about the DBs for weeks now. My biggest worry going into the season was an injury to Jason Verrett. And what do you know? It took one game for that to happen against the Lions when he goes down with that non-contact injury. It's a torn ACL, and already one game into the year, you're without your top cornerback who was really, really good last year. Didn't come as much of a surprise because Jason Verrett has dealt with so many injuries throughout his career. But when you lose a player of that caliber, it kind of depletes your depth a little bit. And I have concerns about these DBs because there's not a lot of premier talent there. I have to say that Emmanuel Mosley was terrific against DK Metcalf and the Seahawks on Sunday, so that's a bright spot. When Josh Norman did play those first two games, I thought he showed some strides as well. Drake Kirkpatrick was a positive sign last week as well. You can get by with a thin secondary or a lackluster secondary as long as you're getting consistent pressure on the quarterback with your defensive front and your front seven. In the first quarter of games, Niners have been able to do that. But that pass rush has not lasted the entire game. It's going to have to on Sunday against a vaunted Cardinals offense. Blake Drake Chase. So many people are calling for Kyle Shanahan to get fired or saying he should be on the hot seat. He's now 31-37 in his fifth year. Where do you stand on this? So I went off on a video on Tuesday explaining why I think it would be absolutely crazy for Jed York and John Lynch to fire Kyle Shanahan. This guy would have a job as soon as he walked out of the facility if he were to get fired. That's how well respected he is across the National Football League from a play design standpoint, from a schematic standpoint. He's done some revolutionary things with his schemes over time. And yes, the 31-37 record in his fifth season is not good enough. He's been somewhat conservative to start the year. I don't think Kyle Shanahan has been on his A game in the first month of the season. He can certainly be better with conservative play calling, as well as his game planning as a whole. I'd like to see what he draws up for Trey Lance if Trey gets the start. But Kyle Shanahan is a very, very good coach. He helped lead Jimmy Garoppolo to a Super Bowl 2 years ago. Jimmy G has dealt with a bevy of injuries, so Kyle Shanahan has been forced to coach the likes of CJ Beathard, as well as Nick Mullins. And those guys have put up big numbers, hasn't resulted in wins, but it goes to show you the offensive acumen that Kyle Shanahan has. And if he were to get fired, he would have a job immediately. You don't press the panic button this early. You hold on to Kyle Shanahan because he's a very good head coach and he can get better. There's no question about that. With that, I ask you this, Niner Gang, and be honest with me in the comments section. Do you want the Niners to fire Kyle Shanahan? Type FK for fire Kyle, type K for keep. Get those votes in the comments section down below. After our post-game show on Sunday against the Seahawks, there were so many people saying, fire Kyle, Kyle sucks. And yeah, it was a little bit of an overreaction, and we were prisoners of the moment there. I certainly didn't go to that length, but let me know what you think about this in the comment section right now. Who's the new kicker? Coming from John. So the Niners did make a move today because Robbie Gould did go on IR. Joey Slye has been signed by the Niners to be their new place kicker. Mitch Wishnowsky was trying to attempt field goals on Sunday and extra points. It was a disaster. He missed a field goal and an extra point. Crucial 4 points off the board right there in that situation. So Joey Slye has been signed by the Niners. Robbie Gould has gone on IR. Of course, again, we're recording this during our live show on Tuesday. He did kick earlier this year with the Houston Texans, went 4 of 5, 7 of 8 on his extra points. We're going to explore his kicking numbers on our live show coming up here in just a bit. So if you are watching us live, be sure to stay tuned for that. Hey, I'm all tuned in to Magic Spoon because they're killing the game right now, and this is cereal that is healthy, tasty, delicious, and it's loaded with quality ingredients. Let me give you a peek into what Magic Spoon has to offer. So if you pour yourself a bowl of Magic Spoon cereal, it's under 200 calories. It's jam-packed with 13 to 14 grams of protein, 0 grams of sugar per serving, only 4 grams of net carbs, and all of the flavors are straight up delicious. And I think it's pretty cool that Magic Spoon really values its customers, and they take pride in what they do with how they make their cereal, but also there's a money-back guarantee. So if you want to try Magic Spoon cereal, you can do so and get $5 off in the process by going to magicspoon.com/49ers report. But if you don't enjoy the cereal, you can send it back, money back guarantee. I'll be sure to put that link in the description as well as the comment section of this video. You plug that in and automatically with that custom link for the Niner Gang, you get $5 off. Orlando Ventura, who's going to be the starting linebacker since Dre Greenlaw will be out. So, yeah, I mean, Dre Greenlaw's been out for a little while. He's on IR right now after that groin surgery. So you've seen the likes of course, Fred Warner, the All-Pro, second highest paid linebacker in the league, playing really good football up to this juncture of the season. Azeez Al-Shaair, I think, has been playing really well too. And in addition to that, Marcel Harris has been playing a little bit of linebacker as well. Now, the Niners did bring in Michael Kendricks on Monday for a workout and a meeting. He was with this team prior to him getting hurt in training camp. They reached an injury settlement. Michael Kendricks became a free agent, came back to Santa Clara for a visit on Monday. He could be an addition for the linebacker depth. Alfredo Hernandez, we need a new stadium. I love Levi Stadium, but I think we have the worst home field advantage and the worst record at home. So, yeah, I mean, the Niners have lost, 5 games in a row at Levi Stadium dating back to last year, and the move to Levi Stadium has not treated this franchise well at all. Now, back in 2019, it did treat them well because they hosted the NFC Championship game against the Green Bay Packers, and they put the whip down on Green Bay. That game wasn't even close from the start. But in reality, you're not going to build a new stadium when Levi Stadium, was built in 2014. Now, have injuries happened there? Has there been a lack of success over the last year plus? No question. Hopefully they can reverse that course because to lose this many games in a row at home, it's inexcusable in front of such a passionate fan base. 49ers for life. What does Trey Lance need to improve on? So, yeah, I kind of scouted him and went back and watched what Trey Lance was able to do. The offense no doubt changes when Trey Lance is either under center or in the shotgun. This is a team that becomes more dangerous running the football because opposing defenses have to worry about the threat of Trey running it or throwing it. And I think that dimension makes the Niners offense more dangerous. But what does he have to improve on if he gets the start on Sunday? His processing was slow against the Seahawks. The game was moving fast for him. You could tell he was kind of confused going through his reads. I really did like his pocket movement. There were some times where he sensed pressure around him, and he was kind of doing that dip within the pocket to get around some of those defenders who were swiping at him. His accuracy kind of waned over time, and it was a little bit erratic. Those are some of the things that I want to see Trey Lance improve upon, but it's no surprise that those were his struggles because those are oftentimes the struggles for rookie quarterbacks. Thomas the Train. I used to love this show growing up. I think I had a little Thomas the Train figurine or whatever. Does it make sense to have Jimmy Garoppolo on the roster next year? If not, would Cam Newton make sense as a backup? Interesting question there. So Kyle Shanahan really puts a lot of stock in his quarterbacks getting the ball out quickly and being accurate. And before this season, Cam Newton had a career completion percentage of under 60%. That is well below league average. So I think from that standpoint, Kyle Shanahan wouldn't have much interest in Cam Newton. Does it make sense to have Jimmy Garoppolo on the roster next year? No, because his cap hit is like $27 million. Now, dead money is only a little more than $1 million. So if you were to cut bait, there wouldn't be any financial ties to him long term, but that cap hit is massive. So I don't think it would make a lot of sense to have Jimmy Garoppolo as the backup making that much money when Nick Bosa could be in line for a contract extension if he's able to stay healthy from here on out until the end of the season. Already has 4 sacks. It looks as though he is totally back. I would not sign Cam Newton. I just don't think he fits in the Kyle Shanahan offense because of accuracy issues, him having to get the ball out quickly. But could he be a good mentor and a good leader alongside Trey Lance? And would he be cheap? Yes. So from that standpoint, I might have some interest. Pick a backup quarterback if you had to choose one next year when Trey Lance hopefully is the starter between Jimmy G and Cam Newton. Fascinating question here. Type JG for Jimmy G, CN for Cam Newton. What are you all going to come up with? Get into the comment section right now. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. The road to 50,000 subscribers is on, and we're a little more than 100 away from 42,000 subscribers, excuse me. So if you want the best 49ers news and rumors coverage on the entire internet, coverage that is entertaining as well as informative, hit that subscribe button down below. Join the 49er faithful family here at Chat Sports. I started here at the company on March 1, took over the channel in late April. We've been able to grow like crazy. We've been around for a few years now, so would love to continue to see the Niner gang grow.